Wait, what? Is that girl meowing at a bush? Why? What are you doing? Like, she's actually meowing at this bush in public. Huh. That meow's kind of sus, right? Well, buckle up. I think we're in for quite the ride with this one. Summer anime season of 2023 is finally here, and we are kicking it off strong, looking at one of the anime that I'm sure is going to get Twitter's pantsu in quite the twist as these episodes roll out every week. Oh my god, My Tiny Senpai. Where do I even begin with this one? Is it cute, wholesome, degenerate, or cursed? If I'm being honest, I think it's all of these things rolled into a ball of sweet WTF. Why am I really enjoying this show? I constantly found myself laughing at how ridiculous it was at points and just how obvious it was being in certain areas, but yeah, I think I'm really excited for this next episode. I won't lie in saying that My Tiny Senpai was near the top of my most anticipated for this season. And yeah, I know we've had a load of heavy, and I mean heavy hitters dropping this summer, but I'm always a sucker for a romance comedy, and this one looked to be exactly what I was looking for. It obviously gives off all the Uzaki-chan vibes, as it's, a very short girl who obviously boasts probably the biggest booba of the season. There's the whole teasing the guy who likes me aspect of it, and it just fits into the same category for me, and I know I'm not alone in comparing the two off of base value. Now, what I really did like and appreciate about this one was its cute aesthetic. It's not going to blow you away animation-wise, but it often cuts to this simplistic, cutesy style. And for a guy that is simple himself and easily entertained, this art style always had me drawn to it. But just as it does the cutesy thing really well, it also knows what it's doing when it comes to the main girl, Katase. She is obviously the poster girl for the series, and it seems that they will definitely lewd her up at any given chance. But I honestly feel like we're only scratching the surface for this one. And you just know that there's a lot more to come from that aspect of the show. Like what you're hearing so far? Well, consider hitting that like button for me, as it really helps me out. And if you want more videos such as this, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified. I'm trying to reach the tiny goal of 5 million subscribers, so let's reach that together. Arigato! So I also really like the dynamic that's been set up between the two main characters, the already mentioned Katase and the main dude Shinozaki. There doesn't seem to be any beating around the bush when it comes to their romance. It's simply more of a will they won't they kind of vibe, which I think for a show like this is going to be very relaxing. With a season such as this, where there are some, big epics dropping, I often really welcome a show that doesn't make me think and that I can just sit there and intake its simplisticness, in the most carefree of ways. My Tiny Senpai looks to be that show, and I'm very happy about that. As for the premise of this show, you got it, nice and simple. We follow Shinozaki, who has started a new job, and his senpai Katase basically takes him under her wing. It's kind of just set up in an office slice of life kind of setting that seems like it's just giving these tiny little moments spread out throughout the episodes. And we just follow these situations the two find themselves in together, where we will either get a cute outcome, a funny one, maybe a little bit degenerate at times, or one that tugs on the old heartstrings. I did find that because it was a string of tiny moments scattered throughout the episodes, it had more of a random feel to it rather than a story that flowed throughout the episode. I don't know if that's just because it's an episode 1 or if that's just going to be the style of the show. The first episode basically focused on these two main characters so that we can get used to their dynamic and who they are, but it also did showcase a couple of other characters to us who we shall definitely see more of as the series continues. We have like a manager-like character, and then we have Shinozaki's childhood friend Hayakawa, who he went through school with her all the way up to them working at the same company together. And if I'm being honest, I do think that she has a very strong call for being a potential best girl in this series. We'll definitely see if she gets the same treatment as Katase. So in terms of the two main characters, Katase is definitely a much stronger character than Shinozaki, but I feel that the writer was always going to put more effort into the busty senpai, as of course she is the selling point of the show. Of course, I could be being a bit harsh on Shinozaki after just one episode, but this was my first impression. So, Katase. Big Booba Katase. She's actually a really cool, fun little character. No pun intended there, but I'll take it. She is very klutzy, but not in an annoying way. She definitely has this beaming attitude and a very cute demeanor about her. She's often seen to have a lot of cat-like features in the way that she moves, in her facial expressions, or is just simply drawn with like cat ears. Plus, in another way, but we'll get to that real soon. This cat-like reference in her character is usually a sign of being cute, and yeah, I definitely agree that Karrarin is a cute character. However, cats can also be used to reference more naughtier things, if you will. And yeah, Karrarin definitely has a more minxier attitude about her when she wants to. Then we have Shinozaki. Like, there's nothing wrong with his character, but he's nothing that really stands out from what we've had before. But truth be told, that isn't really a bad thing for shows like this. He seems like the typical nice guy who is a kind-hearted hard worker and is very sweet to Karrarin, but his mind can slip into the degeneracy and he'll panic when put in those lewd, oh my god, we're gonna hold hands kind of moments. But this works. The dynamic between the two doesn't need these two opposing personalities clashing, you know, the two trying to figure the other one out. It's just a sweet, I like you kind of vibe, and that's all we really need sometimes. Like I said, there's no complications to it, it's simply a will they or won't they situation, and we're definitely rooting for them. This can paint a boring picture of the show, but there are moments in here that really caught me off guard, asking what the hell am I watching here? It's kind of like the anime's steadily plodding along in first gear, and then straight out of nowhere, it thrusts itself into fifth and smacks you right in the face. Like, for example, the cat thing. So we're like 3 minutes into the episode here, and you know, we've had this little introduction scene and then the intro, which was pretty good. A standard like intro for this type of show, and I shall be bopping along to this as the weeks progress. So our first proper scene of this anime is our girl Karrarin crouched down meowing at a bush. Straight away, I was like, what the heck is this? This scene right here is like your first proper look at the show, and we have the girl meowing at the bush. Meowing at the bush in a, and I don't know if my mind's been warped by anime here, but it kind of felt like a weird, lewd meow. Am I weird? I don't know, but that's the first impression I got off this one, and that made the moment all the weirder. Moving on from that, we move to the office where they're working away, all for our girl to start complaining about back pain due to the desks. Yeah, the desks, of course. Like, I know what you're doing here, anime. You're forcing my hand to think about the Tiny Senpai's giant rack. I'm one step ahead of you, like I knew you were going to try and force those things in my face, but no, I am prepared, and no, her back hurts because of her giant booba, not the desks. Like, I'm thinking about her booba now. Yeah, this show knows what it's doing here, but it does not stop there. Shinozaki offers to massage her back. What? We get this straight up sexualized moaning all up in this scene, like, oh my god. Karrarin is enjoying this a little way too much. Well, too much for the workplace anyway. But this is just before we realize that this is all in the mind of our dirty-minded boy, Shinozaki. Dirty boy. The tables turn here though. It's like he's the one who ends up getting massaged like by her, and we're exposed to like the lewder side of this show. Again, I was like, WTF, but more so in the fact that I was like, why do I like this show so much? They're definitely going to drop in these lewd moments at any chance they can, and I think we are only at the tip of the iceberg with it here. Throughout this first episode, we get little moans from Karrarin, flirty facial expressions, and there was even a little jealousy scene that really plays on the anime wanting us to fall in love with Karrarin. I see what you're doing, anime. I know your game. There's also a moment where Shinozaki gives Karrarin his jacket because it's cold out, and that turns into her picturing the jacket as if it was our boy embracing her from behind. To the point of, I can't wear this jacket anymore, for I am very concerned that if my mind races any further, my pantsuit will explode. Now, it's not all lewd though, and there are plenty of wholesome moments in there as well, which I can only describe as heartwarming. Again, I think those moments will ramp up over time to attack our feels so hard that we'll be forced into rooting for these two getting together. And then at the end of the episode, we go back to the meowing at the bushes thing to top off our first experience with My Tiny Senpai. Very, very good introduction to the show, which I can tell is just a taste of what's in store for us. It's cute, heartwarming, a little lewd, and a lot of WTF at the same time. And guys, I am most certainly here for it. Now, while you wait for the next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about all the new anime you cannot afford to miss this summer anime season. But that is it from me. I will see you soon. Take care till then. Peace, peace.